Greetings Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for November 2019. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to any new subscribers. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. These readings for November for all of you, for all of the astrological signs, so do check your moon and rising as well, are going to be what I would call deep readings, because this is a time to really connect with yourself at the highest level, to really focus on, as we move into 2020, the next decade coming. We're moving into a whole new decade, as in the 20s, but also as we're moving into these, time is moving quicker than it ever has before. Changes are more intense, they are deeper, they are faster, so they take more requirement from our end to be balanced, logical, abstract, and dedicated to our path of journey, so that we can manifest what it is that we are seeking to. Now, these cards you see before you on the table, I was shuffling for you before I started the reading to get some energy from this particular deck, which is a Crystal Mandala Oracle deck, and all of these cards arrived. So I thought it would be prudent to actually give you the messages that I'm getting from them. These are all crystals in the cards, and then the mandalas are the pictures of them that have been created from the crystal itself. So because all of these popped out, I thought this was a really good way to start your reading. These are intense cards and there are some beautiful messages in there for you. So you have a lot of different aspects of your soul or body that are talking to you at this point in time in November, that you can utilize to focus with as you move forward into 2020 and shape the destiny of your future, or shape the future of your destiny. So there, because we received the angel bath coal and aquamarine, the angel Belthiel and rose quartz, the archangel Raphael and malachite, the ascender master Mataji and crimson cuprite, and the ascended master Babaji and diamond, with the mantras underneath them that say authentic voice, heart healing, grace for the grand gesture, relief and repair, so it shall be. So the messages that I got for these are that for some of you there's an overall healing coming to you if you pick it up, if you desire it, and if you are looking for it. And this overall healing is going to give you relief and repair. So for some of you this is coming through the red base chakra. This can be either in that part of the body, so it's a physical repair and relief around the hips, back, thighs, abdomen, internal organs, appendix, bowel, intestines, stomach, also the sex centers of the body as well. So for some of you needing either relief, repair or healing in those areas, this might be coming. Now from the other perspective, this can be related to finances and career and job. So there may be relief and repair coming in this dimension for you as well. The other information that came through was the heart healing. Coming back to the base chakra first, this can be the home as well. So there may be some healing capacity for some of you in the home if there have been agitated energies, or if your home has been unstable or moving about. There could be healing in the home for some of you as well. Now remember, these things don't come about just, with a flick of the fingers. This all takes you effort to seek it out and to search it and to make the activation take place. So you have to put the energy in to allow these manifestations or possibilities or realities to occur, because there are so many different options and timelines open to us that we can inadvertently move down a different timeline, you know, without seeing the other possibility or cause that we could be heading to. So it's about doing your homework, it's about being awake, and it's about being aware to the possible scenarios and choices that you can make, and which choice will take you down the avenues of relief and repair, or heart healing, or hearing your authentic voice. Coming back to the heart healing, for a lot of you this is emotional, so not physical that I'm talking about. Some of you may have a physical heart healing issue, but I'm talking emotional. So the rose quartz is very powerful for you. So the pink ray energy, and obviously Angel Bathiel, and the use of rose quartz. These are some rose quartz crystals here that may be beneficial to some of you. Rose quartz is a very soft, healing, cathartic, gentle, nurturing, loving, also self-loving energy. It has to do with your authentic voice, and it has to do with speaking about something to help this heart healing. So the heart healing is around relationships. It could be the relationship you have with yourself. It may be that you needed to feel more, not in love with yourself, but feel more love towards yourself. So gain self-confidence back if some of you have had self-confidence taken away from you, or if you've lost your own self-confidence. Part of this will be getting your authentic voice going again. So speaking and being heard. But the authentic voice also has a degree of listening required as well. So it's a dynamic to balance both perspectives out, is listening and speaking at the same time. So this is the aquamarine stone, and that's the aquamarine on this crystal. This is aquamarine, this bracelet as well. So this might be something you could find yourself to wear, an aquamarine bracelet, or buy a piece of aquamarine crystal. Keep it with your rose quartz. The two are very harmonic together, and they give off great vibrational energy. But this could be about speaking your truth, and either being able to speak up about a situation that has been going on around a relationship that you previously haven't been able to speak about, or have been too afraid to voice your opinion, or not been your true self. So you have been like a shadow self, hiding from the reality of your feelings or thoughts or directions about how a relationship wanted to go. But there's a heart healing ability here if you speak your authentic voice, and if you put the energy into utilizing the rose quartz, the angel Bathiel. All of these things together can bring about this manifestation in these areas that these cards have popped out for you. So it shall be is a profound card to get. It's an Ascended Master, Babaji, the Diamond Ray, so white light ray. So thinking of any white light energy that comes to you. Look out for white light meditations, look out for white light visions, dreamscape, messages, synchronicities that come through this. So it shall be is a mantra that you should use for anything that you are trying to manifest. So when you are asking your cosmic helpers or your celestial realm, you need to put this on the end of any request with your gratitude. So you go, I ask for heart healing of the relationship between myself and my personal partner through the use of authentic voice for both of us, so that we each hear ourselves and each other, and that our harmony is brought into our relationships again, which bring in relief and repair. So it shall be. So you see, these cards that came out are such a combined message, and they're so powerful that for some of you, utilizing the energies of these is really going to be helpful as you move forward. And that's why I decided to put them all down and then tune into the messages that were being said for you. Grace for the grand gesture. malachite. The only big malachite I've got is this one here, which is huge, a little bit big. He might roll around. Archangel Raphael with the green always helps with the heart as well. So there's more heart healing energy up in here. You can call upon Raphael and use the green and the pink with the authentic voice. So I wanted to just read a little bit from the book for the Grace for the Grand Gesture for you. There is a time in life for small steps and token offerings. These can be very powerful and trigger an outflow of enormous compassion from the universe as they generate opportunities and connections to encourage you to continue building upon those first steps with greater strides. Then there are times when you are ready to show up for your life journey in a way that brooks no opposition. You won't be deterred. You have made a decision deep within, and you are absolutely willing, without hesitation or doubt, to say to the universe, "This is my next move. Do your best." You are, in the most loving way possible, throwing down the gauntlet to life and allowing the universe to respond, because you understand divine law and you know that what is offered from a place of loving devotion is always a safe bet, no matter how wild the risk may seem to be to the mind. It is in response to such bold and unconditional gestures of loving service, surrender and trust that the universe pulls out the most dazzling displays of creativity, grace, generosity and genius. So you are ready for the next big step, the risk, the decision, the choice from which there is no going back. So this is powerful, Capricorn. You know, this part of the reading alone, I think, is the most powerful whole energy included in here. So I really wanted you to focus on this. I want you to go within and understand the freedom that can be invoked here with opportunities that surround you, and think about the relief and repair that can be done. So remember, repair can be done to the heart healing, to the relationship. If there's a relationship around, it doesn't have to be an intimate one. It can be friendships, it can be family relationships as well. If there has been damage done, repair is possible at this point in time. If your intimate relationship has been wavering for some reason or another, or you haven't been dedicated enough to make a decision, do you go with it or not? This is the time to make the decision, because grace for the grand gesture. This is a moment of massive opportunity in your life as you head into the 2000s and 20s to really jump on board something very, very powerful, whichever it may be for you personally. Just think about where you want to focus your directions and your passions and your manifestation, and then focus with it, and so it shall be. So have great faith in this powerful beginning part of the reading for you for November, and really much, much further than that. It takes you well into 2020. It should be a cause, or like a base for setting up a whole bunch of projections as you move forward. So I thought that was really cool. Anyhow, coming back to November, Mercury goes direct. We have a Friday the 13th. It's a universal month of 5. It's got the 1111 portal, which is also really worthwhile tuning into. We have a full moon in Taurus, which will be very good for grounding and finances, the home. We talked about that with your relief and repair card that you received with the crimson, so the red base chakra energy, ascended master Mataji. I'll hold these cards up for you just so that you can see them a little bit. So it shall be. authentic voice, heart healing, grace for the grand gesture. Neptune also goes direct in November. There will be a lot of other astrological perspectives that are also taking effect. These are busy months, busy times. There is a lot going on. So this is Capricorn for November. What else would you like to tell them other than what they have already received, which has been a grand gesture of knowledge and divine celestial awakening or awareness for them? The Five of Pentacles, not anyone's favourite. The Five of Swords. So those two instantly create a feeling of tension around relationships, as if repair and help is needed one way or another, as if some of this rose quartz energy or aquamarine energy is actually needed to be applied. Both of these cards, and note that they're two fives. Also, the month of November is a universal month of 5, so there's 3 fives for you guys to work with. These denote feeling out of sorts, left out, especially in a close, intimate relationship. There's a lack of understanding between these two people. So there is a real need for repair and healing. There is a need for authentic speaking, but in a patient and understanding way. This card here talks to us about talking in a derogatory way, in essence, in a egotistical way, about getting your own wishes or having your piece of information heard, but to the detriment of others. So there's no doubt that listening is part of the whole overall package, I think, for you guys. Listening to someone who is perhaps a little unhappy or who doesn't share the same dynamic or perspective as you. And if you do some listening and you reciprocate with kind communication back, so kind words, then I think you will be able to overcome any disturbances or arguments that come your way if you want to. There will also be people that you are letting go in the month of November and moving into next year in 2020, and that could be the relief and repair. It could be associated with letting go of people and also the heart healing. It is painful when people move on or when we choose ourselves to let people go, and it takes a lot of energy and effort. But know that certain things are timed and that moves are for the grand gesture in our life when we need to make them. This is temporary. It can also be a temporary glitch in finances. It can mean that there might be a job issue. There might be restrictions around finances or money. This is also about health as well. So do take care of your health, and remember that repair is available for you, depending on which perspective you are looking at or which direction you are walking. Let's see what else has come out. Knight of Rods, Knight of Cups, Ace of Rods, Judgment, the Lovers, and the Nine of Wands. So people around you, younger people may be in part of this scenario in here. There could be younger people who are in this, not necessarily argumentative phase, but in this phase of communication, or possibly some of these people are thinking of leaving, and they may be going overseas, or they may leave the relationship altogether for one reason or another. Perhaps you don't see eye to eye anymore, or perhaps your values, your integrity values are changing, and these people are just ready to move on, or you're ready to move on from them. There's a possibility they could be coming in as well, because the Knights sometimes give us insight about new beginnings and new opportunities. This is a fire sign, this is a water sign. So for some of you, you may find these new people coming in to life, and they may be offering creativity or passion around the heart, or ideas or thoughts or concepts as well. And it could be that they are associated with these events up here. This event could be walking away from something or someone as you welcome in these new young knights. They could be literal people, or they could be ideas, concepts and actions that you are taking. The Ace of Rods is very positive, uplifting card. Again, it's about creativity, insight, awareness, new designs, ideas, passions, moving forward at the conceptual realm. So thinking about things coming in and bringing that activation down into the material world. The Judgment, the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles makes me think again a little bit about the cards we had earlier. It's like a revelation. This is definitely grace for the grand gesture. This is about taking an perhaps a change in direction after realizing something, that you have a capability or you can empower yourself in a different direction, and you understand that something you have been either hammering on about or fighting against, you know, standing up for what you believed was right or wrong, you've come to the realization that it simply doesn't matter anymore. You're going to let things go, and it could be people or situations or jobs or directions. You're going to let them go because you are making this momentous move in a new direction and ready to stamp your authority on it and put some energy into it. It could affect a love relationship, an intimate love relationship, and if this is the case, this may be a new love relationship for some of you. It could involve these younger energies over here, or a water sign or fire sign person. And this could be like a brand new epiphany or awakening in a direction of a relationship, or even a harmony, balancing, again, a repair of a current relationship, which is what we talked about before. A heart healing between an intimate soulmate. Doesn't have to be your exact lover. It can be a very close soulmate, such as a very, very close friendship or a family member. It also comes in again with the relief and repair. So the Lovers card again could be relief and repair of this intimate relationship. There could have been a physical reason for the need of repair, as in there may have been a disconnect physically between two people who would have normally been intimate, and that intimacy may be repaired again through heart healing. So there may be some of you contemplating getting back together with a partner where there has been a distance or a separation. That's a possibility. The Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands is about knowing that you are nearing the end of a long journey, and to not give up, because there's strength and awareness and knowledge behind all of this. It's learned lessons, if you like, that take you forward on this next journey of emotional development, of creativity, of passion, of awakening and awareness. So the nines are telling you, you know, you may not be quite there yet, but keep going. And keep going because of all that we saw in the very beginning of the reading, with all that amazingly deep messaging that you guys received. So don't give up on that. I think we will just do a couple of cards left from the Spirit Guide Animals, just to see what else Capricorn can be told for them, for their reading. They have had an amazing reading so far. There's a lot of intensity in this reading for you guys, Capricorn, and I do suggest that, you know, if you don't get the intensity straight off, or it doesn't seem to reflect its depth of character to you, then come back and listen to it again, and even come back to this reading, like bookmark it and come back to it in 2020, because this grand gesture of a journey that you're embarking on, it's not going to be done and dusted overnight. This is it's the beginning of a long directional change for a lot of you. I think it's really good. I certainly don't think there's, necessarily negativity. There's big change, and through change we sometimes experience opposition, opposition from ourselves or opposition from people around us who become frightened of the change and they strike out. And also change can show itself in opposition by way of anxiety or fear or trepidation about big changes. So this is for Capricorn. We definitely don't get many jumpers out of this deck. It's a very tight deck. I'm going to have to just select one in a different manner, perhaps these two. The Skunk Spirit, know your worth, and the Bee Spirit, sweet results await. So 7 and 54. The 5 and the 4 is the 9, which we just finished talking about, the 9, and it is about knowing your worth. I'll hold these cards up to the camera for you because I think the depictions on them and the colour coding is very beautiful. The honeycomb in the background is kind of like the whole essence of life, DNA, cellular renewal, understanding and awareness at the cellular level, which is quite often what happens when we go through such deep, profound change. I will have a look at the book for you and just see the Bee Spirit, sweet results await. You've already been told that, you're getting a really strong doubling up of messages here for you guys too. So I'll just move that in a little bit for you. The Bee Spirit's message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. Bee Spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating, enjoying the sweetness of life. Bee Spirit is telling you to stop and recharge. Perhaps you're afraid that if you don't get something done, it just won't get done. However, even busy bees need to take a break, so when they do, the honey still gets made. Remind yourself that sweetness is everywhere and available to you always when you need it. There's some other messages here. Bee Spirit asks that you focus on connectivity. Your body, heart, soul, and psyche experience total unconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget. When you remember that you are part of a greater, unified consciousness. That is the galactic, that's the collective, that's the higher self, that's celestial. Moving from separation into connection, from self-centered limitation to spirit-centered infinite possibility and potential, you become busy as a bee, enjoying the gifts of bee. Fully in alignment with your highest expression of yourself, your heart opens and creativity rushes through you, seemingly without effort, as you experience that nothing feels like work. Industriousness is driven by enthusiasm and inner motivation, and time seems to fly by quickly. Magical results are taking form and will be sweeter than you expect. Bee Spirit wants you to remember that you are part in the divine, that your part in the divine partnership with the conscious universe is being rewarded, even if you can't see that yet. So there you are. That's a beautiful one from Bee Spirit. Just more affirmations that positivity and sweet results are on their way for you. And then 54, the Skunk Spirit, know your worth. What do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? And that's what we had in the very first instance about your authentic voice from the aquamarine. Skunk spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, and that's the 5 of Swords that we had up here. Not everyone agrees, and not everyone's going to, and you can never please everyone in life. So there's no point trying sometimes. You can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be the best self, the true you. So there we are, Capricorn. I'm going to finish that there. I think that has been a really wonderful reading for you. I'm hoping that you find it empowering, uplifting, resourceful, timely, and fully interactive and integrative. So thank you for tuning in. Remember to check your moon and rising. All of the readings will be unique and different again this month. We are moving into very fast-paced times, and you guys need to be self-aware, self-capable, self-armed, self-loved, all of those things. So yeah, hey, thanks guys. I wish you the very best of luck and love and grand gestures for November. Much love. Namaste.